All right, welcome back. So I'm a little bit stuck in the mud here, but I'm just gonna make a video here where I'm on the phone with ChatGPT and we're just do a pure troubleshooting sort of video. So let's go and review where I'm at. So I'm accessing and configuring MailCow right now. So 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 basically. I have all of these tab opens here, open tabs opened here. We're running um, everything, um, but the problem is the SQL server doesn't come up. So when I follow this next step, I changed my URL so that it follows what's in the guide. Now, when I put in my credentials, and I'll do that off camera. Actually, never mind. These are the default credentials, so I can do that on camera. Um, so I just type in admin, ADMIN, MOOHOO, the default credentials. That'll be changed once I have this set up. Already, right there, we can see that the login has failed. But the thing is, there's a note. So the 27th of March 2025, so like last month, like not even last month, like 2 weeks ago or so, it changed. So we need to do slash admin, and now the credentials should work. Okay, so already here we've got an issue. The default credentials no longer work. So I'm not sure what the credentials were changed to. Let me try the other credentials I got saved. I'll do that off camera. All right, so that wasn't an issue at all. Just over the course of following the guide, it had me change the credential away from the default credential, which is great for security. So I had in my notes while I'm working on this the credential I changed it to, and that credential worked. All right, now my mouse is having trouble working. There we go. So that is fine. The main issue that is happening is when I go to when I scroll down and go to this next step uh, here, it says to go to so we added the mailbox. All of this is done. There's a step beyond this, and this page is a lot of content on one page, so it doesn't run very smoothly, but that's okay as long as the information is good. So we should be able to log in. Um, oh, I think I know what the problem is. So we're in the slash admin, and then we can see we only have webmail here. We don't have Sogo. So I think what we need to do is log in using another set of credentials under the non-slash admin. So so we logged out of here. So now let's go to just the base one that it says here, and we can even close it and reopen it. There. So now we're not in the slash admin. So now I need to use the other set of credentials that we set up for the mailbox. So let me try that off camera. All right, so that wasn't the answer. I'm still not in the login, not able to log in here. But I feel like this probably is the answer. Is we got to get logged in, not as admin, but as a under the mailbox account. Um, that could be a potential thing to try. But anyway, let's get back in under the admin account. Okay, so I'll enter my password off camera. All right, and I'm back. So So yeah, not sure what's going on. If I duplicate this and then try to go to uh, /Sogo, then it doesn't take me there. Maybe it's because I need an update. Hmm. That could be something to try to update it. But really, there's really nothing that can go wrong. I fixed all the domain issues. So let's try email configuration and make sure that I set up the domain correct. So in the domains, we add a domain. There we go. Then we go to email configuration mailboxes, which is here. Uh, Username, domain name, password. And now this one is a little bit tricky. I'm not sure because there's no, if I click the edit, this is the closest thing that looks like that, direct forwarding to Sogo. After logging in, the user is automatically directed to Sogo. So I feel like I need to log um, to my mailbox somehow. Oh, you know what? This says username. Okay, I think this is what I got to do. Okay, I think I figured it out. So I've got to go to just the main page here, uh, just without admin. Oh, so that logs me in as admin automatically. So we can log out. And now I'm going to use this for my username, and then I'll use my mailbox password. So I'll pause it and enter in my mailbox password. All right, I'm back. So that didn't work. I was just rejected from login. So I'm gonna get. Oh, you know what? But it did take me to admin rather than the main page. So let me try it again, but without this admin here. And my keyboard stopped working. Okay, that ARPA. There we go. Okay, so I'll be back. All right, so there it is. I just needed a day or two to sleep on it, and I figured it out on my own. So, guide is very, very unclear. First of all, there's been a major update to it that the guide is out of date. The guide was able to point out the update here, but this is 03A. They're already on 03B, but it just doesn't automatically update it to that. So the guide's already kind of out of date with the updates of MailCow, and some of the updates has been pretty significant. The first major significant update is if you want to log in as administrator, you now have to log into /admin rather than the same page. That is called out in the guide, but there's other updates as well. If you want to log into your mailbox, you have to go to the regular one without slash. So you can no longer go to /Sogo. That's another big update. And the other thing the guide is very unclear about, very 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 unclear about, is you have to log in. So you can't just go to the mailbox. You can't just go to that tab anymore, um, the Sogo tab. So you can't just click apps and Sogo anymore. You have to log in. You have to log out, go to not the /admin, just the plain without any slashes, and then you have to log in with your username that shows up in your mailbox here. In this screenshot, we can see it says username. So you have to enter this full username in there, and then the password that you set when you set up your mailbox. So once you have that, then we're good to go. We're at the /Sogo, and now we can continue with the guide. So you just have to get there in a different, more roundabout way. But there's really not much that can go wrong up until now, except with the domain issues that I had, not knowing which domains to use. But that's pretty easy to fix once you've got that set up. So, uh, so there's really not much that can go wrong. So to just wipe it and start over from the beginning, um, is really not something I would recommend doing. Like just kind of figure it out. So that's what I did. It took me a day or two, but uh, yeah, this was a much better way to go than just wiping everything and starting again. Okay, so note when logging in. So yeah, alternatively go the. So yeah, so note when logging in, make sure to use your full email address. This is necessary because MailCow supports multiple domains. So the full email address is required to identify the correct account. You can also set up your email client or mobile device using the configuration details provided in the MailCow interface. You've now successfully set up MailCow on your Ubuntu server. This is the base of a great self-hosted solution for email, calendars, and contacts. Right now, we are not setting up email, but focusing on calendar and contacts. For mobile access and syncing, we're going to set up DAVX5 on an Android device and configuring OpenVPN for secure remote access to your server. This will let you automatically sync calendar and contacts from anywhere for multiple calendars and multiple devices. All right, so now I gotta bring out my phone and do stuff on my phone. So I won't be able to show any screenshots or anything of this. Um, but so installing DAVX5 on an Android phone. Open the F-Droid store on your Android phone. If it is not installed, download it from there. Yeah, mine's not installed, so I'll start off by downloading F-Droid. And I could probably do that. I know in Google Play you can download stuff to your phone from your desktop. So let's see if I can do that. Uh, no, I can't do it. All right, so downloaded it. So I'm hitting open. For your security, your phone currently isn't allowed to install unknown apps from this source. You can change this in settings. So I'll change that in settings. Allow from source. Um, do I want to install? Yes, I do. Okay, then we need to open F-Droid and search for DAVX raised to the fifth power. So got it installed, so I'm going to open it. I'm going to go to click the magnifying glass in the bottom right hand and click DAVX5 and hit enter. No matching applications available. I get a message that says updating repository, so I'm gonna wait for that message to finish and then search again. All right, so the message is finished, so now I'll search for DAVX. There we go, just one result. Install. Okay, and then once that's installed, we're going. Oh, so security problem again. So we're gonna click allow from this source. There we go, install DAVX. This is all pretty clear. It just walks you through it on the phone. So, no, really aren't many pitfalls that I can see so far. All right, so I've got I've got DavX installed, so I'm gonna open it. And now I've got so grant all requested permissions when prompted, access to contacts, access to calendars, access to storage. So now it's asking me for tasks support. If tasks are supported by your server, they can be synchronized with the supported tasks app. So I can get a uh, so I'll turn on the JTX board. Uh, Okay, I'll just leave it unchecked to be reminded later. Okay, now I'm at the permission screen. So I can do access to calendars, click allow on that. Uh, Contacts, click allow on that. And then storage. I don't see storage. Regular sync intervals. Don't see that. I'll just leave it. If you leave it unchecked, it'll just ask you again later. So let's do that. Okay, I do see a contribution screen now. Well appreciated by developers. You can skip this for now, but they're nice people, so think about giving them some money. All right. So now we're on to 5.2, installing Fossley's calendar app on Android using F-Droid Store. So I'm not sure what DavX was. Is that for email? Um, Not sure. So we're going to open the F-Droid store again, so I'll close DavX. Now we're going to type calendar. Okay, I've got quite a few um, options here. We want the one made by Fossley, so I'll type in Fossley as well. I'll just type in Fossley. Oh, Fossify. Fossify. So there we go. I see it. Fossify calendar. Okay, and then click install. Note: Fossify Calendar is a fork of Simple Mobile Tools calendar app maintained by developers who prioritize privacy and open source principles. Simple Mobile Tools app was bought by a cancerous spyware company. If you were using old Simple Mobile Tools apps, uninstall them or do not allow them to auto update ever again. So that's the risk you take with some of this open source stuff, is they can um, sell themselves out uh, to not so reputable companies and then push updates on you that steal all your stuff. All right, I'm gonna bookmark this because it's my main page. I'll just put it in the bookmarks tab bottom here. Top 80s one hit wonder bands. Yeah, under that. I'm not sure why I have that bookmarked. It's probably a mistake. All right, so I've got Fossley installed, or Fossify. I've got that installed. So next, we're going to make sure Android's OpenVPN connection is still connected. So this was a quite difficult task that I completed earlier in the guide, so it should be working still. There we go, open that up, and perfect. So now I need to open the calendar app, I presume. So locate the OpenVPN Connect app on your Android phone, open the app, and check the connection status. If not connected, tap on the profile you created earlier, tap the connect button, wait for the connection to establish. You should see a connected status. Important, make sure you're connected to your home network via OpenVPN before attempting to sync your contacts and calendar. If you're not, it won't find your server since we haven't forwarded any ports, and you are using local IP/host names to connect to it. Your router knows who mailserver.home.arpa is. Your router knows who .3 is. To the outside world, this means nothing, and further, you're not open to the outside world anyway, as you don't want to be because it would um, be a security risk. Think of it like the difference between saying, I want to find Sabrina Carpenter to a hotel bellhop versus I want to find my girlfriend. Girlfriend only means something in reference to you. Mail server home ARPA only means something to you. The rest of the world has no idea who the FK that is. And that's just the way you want it, because that's very secure. Alright, got some screenshots to follow here, quite a few of them. Alright, so this next spot that has all these screenshots is adding MailCal account to your phone in DavX 5. So we're going to open the DavX 5 app, and we're going to make sure that the VPN is still running, which it is. So here we go, opening DavX 5. Okay, we're going to click Add Account. Then we're going to click Login with URL and username, and then click Continue. And in the base URL, we're going to add one of the following, the IP or the host name. Let's add the host name. So note, use https:// at the beginning of the URL for a secure connection. If it bitches at you, use drop the S. We're connecting to this via OpenVPN, which provides incredibly secure encryption anyway. But let's use the S, ://. There'll be mail server. .home. .arpa. All right. And then enter in your login credentials. So this is going to be the full dang thing. And then, so it's going to be the same thing I entered in for this. So it's going to be at gramhomeserver.chickenkiller.com. All right. And then the password, I'll do that off camera. All right, I'm back. So now it says to review certificates. So so tap login or next to proceed. You see a certificate warning due to a self hit accept. So I have to click. I manually verified the whole fingerprint, which I certainly did, and then I'll hit accept. Um, this is your server. If you misfollowed something here so bad that you even have the ability to connect to someone else's server right now, you amaze me more than the assistant engineer on the set of Gaucho. This might be interesting. Steely Dan's second arrangement was released. All right, we'll maybe look at that later. So note, self-signed certificates are common and normal when setting up a home self-managed server. They are not normal on the regular internet. The entire point of a certificate is that a trusted certificate authority has deemed them to be them. When you go to Amazon.com, someone authoritative is vouching that they are actually Amazon. So some scammer can't pretend to be Amazon.com tomorrow. For that authority to be able to vouch for Amazon, they have to be able to access Amazon. We aren't letting anyone access our server, and that's the point. It's only open via VPN, therefore we can't get a real certificate. You could open the port temporarily and then close it right after you get the certificate, but that just feels dirty. It's fine to accept this warning for your own server, but don't let this fly when you're putting your credit card details or bank password into someone else's website. When prompted for an account name, use your email address. On the next screen, you'll see the options for syncing different data types, and we're going to enable. Oh, well, I don't see that. So it says use your email address as an account name because Android will. So it says add an account. So contact group method, groups are separate vCards or group are pre-contact categories. I'm not seeing. Um, all right, so it's kind of diverged a little bit from where I'm at. Let me look at the screenshots and come back to this. So we're not going to read that. Um, yep, so this was good. Yep, open DavX. Yep, clicked allow. Oh, notifications I didn't get. Didn't click allow yet. Let's look at the next one. Contacts, allow. I didn't get any of that either. Um, permissions. Yeah, this was different as well. Oh, you know what? I think I might have messed up a bit on that screen. I didn't select everything in green. So this one, yep, I got a screen like that. So yep, I clicked add account. Uh, oh, so that part I didn't do, advanced login. But I remember doing everything like this, so that went by without a hitch. Yep, I got this. Yep, click that, click accept. Ah, here we go. So this is what I need to see. Yep, so V cards, so we're going to add that. Next one, we're going to turn on the personal calendar and click refresh list. I'm going to click synchronize now. And we're going to go card DAV. We're going to enable the GAL, enable the personal address book, click refresh list, click synchronize now. All right, so let's go back to the guide. So, yep, so enable that, yep, it looks good. Um, and then create count or finish to complete the setup. So yeah, I think we did everything pretty much right. It's just these permissions might not have gone through correct. So look, and I'm back at that screen now. So regular sync intervals. All right, I don't see anything about regular sync intervals, so I'll leave that normal. All right, everything seems okay. All right, so let's move on to the next set of screenshots. There's just two of them. Okay, so we're gonna hit the that. Um, we're gonna hit change to 15 minutes. So context. So for all of these, we're gonna change it to 15 minutes. We're gonna keep this unchecked. Calendar and context do not use enough bandwidth to care about that. And then everything else, the default settings are fine. But we're gonna change these three to 15 minutes. Oh, and I only have two. Um, the task syncs interval is missing from me, so I feel like I need to. I feel like I messed something up. Let me see. Hmm. Still don't have it. All right. Well, it told me something about it would deplete my battery. Basically, they needed permission from me to have it run all the time in the background, and I kind of didn't want that because battery is like my most important thing to me. So I didn't give them permission to that, but then it wasn't showing up. Uh, so I gave the permission, but now it's not. Huh. Yeah, it doesn't have the same kind of access. It doesn't have the tasks sync interval. I think I know why, because I have to enable um, the JTX board. All right, so now I have journaling on my phone, so I can take notes and create journals. Cool. This is actually a good app. I've struggled to find a good app for this, so that's good. Let me close that, and then I'll open DAVX again. Aha! So now I have the same options that are here in the screenshot. This is another thing missing from the guide. You gotta download JTX board, but it makes it really easy how to do that. It just shows up in the in DAVX, so really easy to do. So after setting up your account, adjust the sync settings so that you actually enjoy using this over Google/iCloud. The default sync interval is every 4 hours, which is horrible. In the uh, DAVX 5 app, find and tap on the account you just created. Look for sync settings, which will be in the settings that you get to by clicking the gear icon at the top of the application. Number three, set up the sync intervals. For local changes, set to every 15 minutes. This is usually the minimum allowed interval. I think I have a, oh, yeah, it's the minimum. For local changes, for server changes, for local changes, set to immediate. So I'm not sure how to set it to immediate. Um, Tap on each sync type, which is contacts, DAV card, uh, additional permissions are required to synchronize these collections. Manage permissions. Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to give the GTX board permissions. Uncheck, remove permissions. Okay, I need to uncheck that. There we go. So now I've got that looking good. Perfect. Perfect. So, yep. Now I need to move over to DAV card and look for sync interval settings within each category and set them to 15 minutes or immediate. Uh, okay, synchronization is enabled. Is enabled. Oh, perfect. Okay. Yep, got it. So when you set it to 15 minutes, you'll see the setting changes to every 15 minutes plus immediately on local changes. That automatically is configured. There's not a separate option to sync it for local changes. All right, so next, important notes. The exact menu layouts and options may vary slightly depending on your DAVX version. Remember that for the 15-minute sync interval to work, make sure that DAVX is exempted from battery optimization settings on your Android device. Android batteries are glued into the phone, and most phones don't let you limit charging to 80 to 90%, meaning the phone you're using right now's battery probably sucks and dies all the time anyway. Might as well have up-to-date syncing on your contacts and calendar. I mean, my phone works fine, so um, yeah, I don't know what to do about that. I feel like I do have, if I go into, um, let's see here, if I go back, yeah, so it says battery saver is enabled. Synchronization may be restricted. So, um, I mean, that's okay for now. I'll probably change that later if it becomes a problem. But I like to save my battery. I don't like having to that anxiety of running out of battery feeling. I really don't like. So I bought a phone with the biggest battery available on the market, and I keep my phone in battery saver mode all the time. So not only do I rarely run out of battery, I can freely use my phone to my satisfaction usually. Like I went camping this weekend and I had to charge it once. I was camping for 4 days, and to wind down before bed in my tent, I would watch full YouTube videos with uh, with Bluetooth to my headset, and I would watch that before going to bed, and I never had to charge my battery. So not only does my battery not die, giving me that anxious feeling, I can continue to use my phone without having to restrict my usage to save battery, which is important to me too. All right, so step six, managing contacts with Mail Cow and Android. finding your new MailCal contacts in Android. So we're gonna open the contacts app on my Android phone. So I'll close DavX. I'll keep the VPN open. I think that's important. And we're gonna open the contacts uh, that came with the Android phone. So, and I've never used that before, so I don't know where it is. Um, Contacts. Let's see. Ah, there it is. Found it. So it got a lot of contacts. Tap on the menu icon. Okay. Don't know where the menu icon is. Um, the menu icon. Uh, so usually three lines or dots to open settings. Okay. Then go to settings. Okay. All right. Contact settings. I think I found it. Go to accounts. Found it. Tap add account. Okay. Tap the DavX 5 address book. Got it. Okay. Then enter the app as it opens automatically, which didn't happen for me. All right. Well, this is okay. So it says tap that and then enter the app as it automatically opens and um, click a checkbox. So that didn't happen for me. It might have to do with the fact that I am using battery saver mode. So let me try it one more time here. Okay, still didn't work. And now let me open the app and disable battery saver. All right, and let's see if it works better now. Okay, well that's good news. It actually didn't work any better, which is good because I prefer to have battery saver on. Okay, well this step is not working. I'm not sure what's going on. Um, Now I do see the green DavX icon there. And it says personal address book. So I think this happened automatically for me or something because I see it there. So I think it's not a problem. So let's go back to okay. So we're gonna go to Yeah, so everything I think is good. It's because they're listed there. So now we go to settings and we set up a default account for new contacts and the contacts to display so that your phone stores your contacts on your new MailCow server to the account you created and shows you contacts from your new server. So, okay, so make sure this account is checked or toggled on to display its contacts. All right, let's go through the screenshots. So, yep, this is the app. So theirs is quite a bit different than mine. Settings looks good. Accounts, okay. Add account. I mean, mine was already there. Yeah, now his automatically opened up. Back to accounts. Yeah, see, I have this in there already. I didn't even have to do anything, and it already was there. So that's good news for me. So now back to contacts. Okay, so back to the contacts app. Okay, back to the contacts app, and then contact settings, accounts. Okay. Oh, here we go. So we can do all contacts and then choose. Oh, there we go. Perfect. There we go. Oh, okay. So now we can go default account for contacts. Let's see if we can set that up. There we go. Default account for new contacts. We're going to change that um, to my personal address book. Okay. And then contacts to display. All right, so there we go. Make sure this account is checked or toggled on to display its contacts. Um, there we go. Make sure you know what contacts you are viewing and where they are being saved early on so you do not screw yourself later. On my phone, I export all of my contacts to a file, import them to MailCow, and avoid using the phone for contacts ever. The more places you store contacts equals the more changes you save to the wrong place and screw yourself later. I've definitely experienced that where I had contacts in one place but not the other. All right, so next is adding a contact in MailCow and verifying on Android. So we're gonna need to um, go to the Sogo interface that I left open here. We're gonna find an option to add a new contact. So this looks like it, address book, personal address book. So we're gonna add a contact to that. Um, so this would be to add a address book, but we're gonna add a contact to the address book. So I think this green button down here, create a new address book card, create a new list. That's not it. We want to create a new contact. Uh, all right. Well, I don't see how to create a new contact. Oh, I think this is how you do it. It says address book card. I guess that's what they mean by contact. So I think this is how to do it. All right. So create a test contact with a unique name. So we'll do that with this. So test mail cow sync. So split it up across these names. Test mail cow sync. All right, and then we're going to save the new contact. So we hit this button here. There, now we've got a new contact there. And now we're going to open DAVX5 and hit refresh. It'll sync every 15 minutes, but if waiting 15 minutes, yeah, I know. Google and iCloud have pushed. This is open source. We make sacrifices, so you do have to have things be out of sync for about 15 minutes. When you add a contact on your phone, it will show up in the MailCow server in Sogo immediately, but the other way around takes 15 minutes. Open your Android contacts app. All right, let's do that. I think you can manually sync it right away without waiting. All right, so here's my Android contacts app. Browse to the address book we just added. Um, which would be which would be that one. Okay, so I gotta set that one as my default. I set the wrong one as the default. All right, so there we go, and I see it in there. So um, browse to the address book we just added, or do what I suggested above, and stop using your device context list to begin with. Um, Search for the unique name you gave your test contact. The contact should appear in your list, confirming that syncing from MailCow to Android is working. Yay, and it is. Make sure this works both ways. Do not trust it until you test it. The worst thing in the world is losing a contact you thought you added. Ruby Lewis from Cirque du Soleil could decide she wants to go out with you tomorrow. Do you really want to lose her number because You messed up configuring DavX5. That's funny. I didn't think so. It's too easy to mess up this section not to double check. I feel like this has probably actually happened to Lewis Rossman. I've never heard of Ruby Lewis, but yeah, I think this she's probably wondering why he never called back. And the answer is because he was configuring his DavX5 settings and misconfigured it. All right, so trivia. I quit Avatar Studios in 2008 after working there for a year as an intern. Then junior technician in the tech room. I made a whopping 750 per hour. Had I stayed there another 8 years, I wouldn't have started a business, a YouTube channel, or made more than $15 an hour. The other technician, who had a master's degree and was 13 years my senior, made $15 an hour. However, I would have gotten to say hi to Ruby Lewis in person. Would it have been worth it to not quit to meet my celebrity crush? Absolutely, but I will say if he never started that business YouTube channel, wrote this guide, I mean he wouldn't have had the correct settings in DavX5, so what would be the point anyway? He couldn't have saved her phone number. All right, important notes. Make sure your OpenVPN connection is active if you're not on your home network, or this will not work. We intentionally set this server up to have no contact with the outside world with regards to contacts and calendar syncing, so your phone must be connected to your home network via VPN for this to work. DavX5 typically syncs every 15 minutes, but you can force an immediate sync just by opening the DavX app and clicking sync, which is a fine trade-off. I'm happy with that, actually. I'd rather have some things work manually than not. If the syncs don't appear immediately, wait a few minutes or try forcing a sync in both DavX and your contacts app. Remember to choose to save contacts in your MailCow linked address book to make sure they sync properly. So let's take a look at the screenshots, make sure they're all looking familiar. Okay, so there were no contacts in there before, so we're going to the contacts there, creating a test contact. There we go, so that he created one, I created one different. Then we go to the personal address book, not the GAL, that's something else, the personal address book. That's what you said is the default. And we can see the contact shows up. So perfect, that's the same result I had as well. All right, so we got a new set of screenshots. All right, so now we're in the app. So we go to the personal address book. Oops, and then we go to setting. Oh, so we go down to settings. So personal address book, settings. Yeah, and then contacts to display. Uh, I don't have that. Yeah, I don't have contacts to display, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Contacts to display. So I've got sort by, name format, phonetic name. So I'm definitely in the right menu, but I don't have contacts to display customize view. Okay, and then you can set it to all contacts, so nothing is mixed. We're going to export every contact on this phone, so we can import them to MailCow. So yeah, I feel like I do that. Yeah, I do that in a different menu. Mine's a little bit different than his. My default one is different, but all right, there we go. So looks good. Okay, so now next we're going to be exporting it. So let's read the directions. So exporting contacts from your old address book in your Android contacts app, go to settings, look for an option export. Okay, so export. I don't see an option to export. Maybe it's at the bottom. No. Uh, yeah, I don't see an export option. Oh, what if I click the Organize tab? Okay, now I've got a different settings. I think it's under the Organize tab. Yeah, export to file. Got it. Perfect. So look for export option. I found it. Maybe different from phone to phone. Mine certainly is. So choose the account you want to export. Likely my old phone account. And then like everything else, just everything. Um, and your phone storage. Let's see if we've got phone storage. Um, you know what? It's fine. We'll just do the Google contacts. All right. So um, then we're gonna select. We're gonna save it to dot a VCF file, contacts.vcf under my downloads. Choose it in the downloads folder. All right. Now we've got. So it did all that perfect without a hitch. So next series of screenshots. All right, so next is 6.4, importing contacts into your new MailCow address book. So in the Contacts app, we're going to click we're going to go to Settings. Then we're going to tap on the MailCow account. And it's different for each. Okay, then we're going to confirm it only has one contact we added. Got it, the test contact. Then we're going to go back to the three-bar menu, uh, tap Settings, and then we're going to find an option to import contacts. So I got to go to Organize, and then Import from File, Device, Downloads, yeah, context.vcf. There we go. Choose the personal address book or the MailCal linked address book as the destination. Perfect. Confirm the import. Depending on how many contacts you are, it should take a few minutes. Once it is done, organize your view by clicking by doing whatever your app does. Mine is a bit different than his. Turn off everything besides the DAVX mail cow. So, okay. Oops. Let me close that and reopen it. Sync that. All right. Then go back to the three bar menu. Click on your address book. Do I see the contacts? No, I don't see any contacts at all. All right, so obviously something went very wrong. Let me try the import from file again. Oh, I see. Yeah, so I accidentally selected the import. It asks you where you want to import them to. I thought it was asking where I wanted to import it from. So that doesn't make any sense. So I selected my local device and I basically, yeah, so now we can see everything show up if I refresh the page. Uh, uh, oh, well, let me it'll take 15 minutes. So let me manually refresh. There we go. Now we got all my contacts. Boom. Easy. So, yep, I see all my contacts and it works. So let's go screenshot by screenshot. Yeah, so you gotta make sure to enter. You're gonna enter where you import it to rather than where you're taking it from. And you don't select the GIL, you select the personal address book. So it's a WCF file. Perfect. Now, yeah, so save it to TO. So the address book, um, personal address book, not the GAL. And then, yep, there you go. So now that's in there. Yep, so it's importing it. That's what I saw. So mine is different. It doesn't have this. It just has a drop-down menu that you select it from. So I select it from there. Now you can set the default on mine, so I did that as well to my personal address book. Contacts to display, customize. Let me see if I have that option now that I've actually got some contacts in here. Oh, this is cool. So you can add. Oh wait. Okay. Well, I don't see anything there. Yeah, I don't have any of these options. That's okay. Oh, now I can get rid of my. Oh man, I wish I had this. Yeah, I mean, I have this. I have this for sure. It's just a different way than this. It's just a drop-down menu that you select, and then you check which one you want to see. Yep. Yeah, mine's a little bit different than his. That's as expected. All right, so next, these contacts showing are from the Mailcow address book, not the devices or Google's. All right, so just to make sure these contacts are in our Mailcow address book, let's look at that contacts list exclusively. Okay, and they're all here. Yep, I don't have. He's got 1,400 contacts. I have less than 200. I guess I am not very connected. I need some more contacts. All right. So this logo means we are looking at our Mailcow address book. Yep. So I see. I don't see a logo like that, but I see an indicator that it's the Mailcow address book. All right. So next screenshot. Yeah, what we got here, they're all mine looks good as well. I had 1,400 plus contacts, and only 357 are here because it takes a little while for them to all sync. Give it time to make sure they sync properly. Okay, so let's see how many contacts I've got. I've got 23 contacts there, so I'm pretty sure I have more than that. Now I have 171. So let's see how many contacts I have in total to make sure they're all synced. And I should organize my contacts because I did a lot of. So I have 174 contacts. Um, so I guess they're not all there. But I was dating for a while, and when you date, you get a lot of contacts that are like it's just taking up space on my phone. So I need to go through and completely redo all my contacts. That's part of why I'm doing this, which is great. One thing I do need to say, this is probably not applicable to a lot of people, but you might know somebody who you could probably really help with this. If you like were in a bad relationship, and you're on like Facebook or you're on some social media, what's going to happen is because you had such a contact with this person, you were with this person for many years. Let's say you got divorced or something. Um, they read your email, right? Like they know who's in your, like when you have a Google account, they're going to see all your messages, they're going to see all your contacts, and they say, oh, this person has been contacting, for 5, 10 years. This must be the most important person in this person's life. Let's take this person and put them in front of this person, in front of you, anytime you're on Facebook, social media, and since you're going through a divorce, and it's not necessarily amicable, if you like unfriend them or don't want to follow them, or just need some time away or whatever, social media stuff is just going to keep shoving that person back into your face over and over and over and over again. And the only way to prevent that is to use a private personal address book like this, where it can't get in there and read it and try to shove that person back into your life, even though you're moving on to another chapter. Or you can delete all communications, go back through obsessively and find every communication you've ever had with this person and delete it. and then put that person on the block list. That works fairly well as well. But the best way is just get a personal address book that truly is personal, that can't be accessed without somebody having unauthorized access to your VPN, and that and curate your contacts. All right, so 6.5, verifying contacts in MailCow web interface. Number one, on your computer, open a web browser and navigate to your MailCow's server address. Number two, log in with your MailCow credentials. Go to the webmail app, the Sogo thing. Look for contacts or address book section. You should see contacts you just imported listed there. I see 171. There are 174 on my phone, so I'm not sure what that discrepancy is there, but this should be good for now. All right, so next is configuring Falsify calendar app with DavX5 synced MailCow calendar. So next we're going to open the Falsify calendar app. All right, then we're going to tap the menu icon and select settings. Oops, so for me, I got to select the gear. There we go. Then we're going to check the box next to CALDAV sync. Got it. And click allow. All right. And then tap manage synced calendars. Okay, so now for me, we've got to select calendars to sync. So you should see a list of available calendars. Find the one associated with your MailCow account and look for something with a familiar name to what you set up before. So, yep, here we go, personal calendar associated with my account. So there we go. If you don't see your MailCow calendar, go back to the DavX5 app, find your account, make sure the calendar sync is enabled. Make sure this calendar is checked and toggled on. So the other thing it looked like you could do under there is add your Gmail to it as well. So you can sync this to your Gmail as well. You don't have to completely be rid of Gmail if you so choose not to. But let's go through. So yep, I clicked that. I went down to check that. I hit allow, and then I hit allow. Actually, I don't think it asked me for notifications. But then, yep, I clicked personal calendar and OK. And then, yeah, and then manage synced calendars. I didn't click that, so let me click that. OK. And there you go. It says syncing, and that looks good. All right. So here's the next set of steps. Cool. This part has been going very easily for me, which I'm very thankful for. All right. So 7.2, adding events in Android calendar app and verifying in MailCow. So in the Fosly calendar app, tap the plus or add event. Okay, I see it. Button. So I'm going to add an event. I'm going to name it a unique name. So I'm going to say test event. I'll just say exactly what's on there. Straying from the guide typically doesn't go too well. So test Android to MailCow sync. Okay. Date and time. Today's the 7th. Let's do it. And it's almost 2. Let's set it for 3, or let's set it for 2. Yeah. Any other details? Important. Make sure you set your MailCow calendar as the destination calendar, not store locally only. This is very easy to mess up. Pay attention. So, yep, I have that selected correctly. And let's move the time of this up by an hour so it doesn't elapse while we're testing it. Okay, and now save the event. So disclaimer, make sure the reminders work properly before relying on them. Check your device battery notification settings if there is nothing blocking the reminders or killing the app in the background. All right, so open a web browser and log into your web interface. Navigate to the calendar section, which is here. Okay, you should see the event you created appear in your mail calendar. If it does not, you probably forgot to configure DAVX properly so that it syncs on local changes completely. Um, so, yeah, so, or you're not on the VPN, or you messed up the configuration. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. So we have to figure this out. I do have it here listed on the 7th, this test event. But I do not have it here. So clearly, maybe I could just hit refresh and it'll show up. No. So do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Figure out why this event didn't show up. So I can try the DAVX refresh. Maybe it has to do with battery saver mode. Okay. So I hit the DAVX refresh, and now it did show up. Let's try adding another one to test it, because that's a bit concerning that it's not showing up. So we'll say band practice, because I have that tonight. So that's going to be at 8:15. All right, now this should just pop up automatically. Um, it looks like it doesn't. If I go to the Davos and sync it manually, still doesn't pop up automatically. Okay, well, let's go back through the screenshots. Okay, it works. It showed up immediately. So mine did not show up immediately. In fact, the band practice one still hasn't shown up after quite a while. Okay, so I think what happened with that one, let's just type random nonsense in there and then put it at a later time. Okay. So it showed up in a different color on my phone. It was in orange rather than gray. So I feel like that mattered. Let's try the Davos sync. or the Dav X5 sync. Okay, and then refresh again. There we go. So the ones that are in gray do show up. Um, but the ones that are in so I got to make sure that it's in gray. All right, so let's edit this one to happen an hour later. Okay, so we should see these automatically. So it has to be a personal calendar event. A regular event shows up in orange. That's not what we want. Let me refresh this. Okay, still not good. Let me sync it manually using Davex. And then refresh it. There we go. So if I sync it manually and refresh it, then it does sync up, which is not too annoying. All right, so let's open the next set of screenshots. All right, and now we're going to move on to 7.3, adding events in MailCow and verifying on Android. So in your MailCow web interface, navigate to the calendar section. So we're there already. Find the option to add a new event, which is right here, this plus sign. You're going to create a new task, or a new event, rather. All right. Then create an event with a unique name. So we're going to test MailCow to Android this time. So let's use that as a name. And it's nice because it's up on my computer, so I can just copy paste. There we go. So set the date, time, any other details. We want it to stand out on the page. Let's set it for tomorrow, because then that'll be very clear that it's at a different time. 2 p.m. tomorrow. That looks good. Um, save the event. All right, and then on my Android phone, we're going to open the calendar app, swipe down, or tap refresh. So don't see option for. Oh, I do see refresh here. Um, your new event should appear in your calendar view, and then it says psych. So I think it's not actually meant to appear. Mine doesn't appear. So let's take a look at the screenshots. Yep, did that. Did that. I think I'm not sure if I selected these properly, but put the name in. I did see it. Yeah, I do see it on the calendar there. Refresh in calendar app is a mirage. This is not real. Do not use this. Events will show up every 15 minutes since Davex syncs every 15 minutes. But if you want instant refresh, you have to go to the Davex application and hit refresh there, which isn't that big of a deal. Like, that's fine. I'm happy to do that. Yeah, I just did that and it showed up instantly. If you want an instant refresh of events, you have to go to the Davex app and refresh slash sync here. Calendar is only checking Davex, but Davex is what is checking the server. I know it's open source. This is as good as it gets for now, and that's great. I'm happy with that. So now it shows up after syncing in Davex application. Sure enough, I see it there. Okay, so 7.4, refreshing calendar data. Refresh button in calendar app is not real. Refreshing directly in the Fosly calendar app does not immediately show new events added on the server. For immediate updates, open the Davex app on your Android phone, tap the refresh, and then the synchronize now button. Oh, you gotta tap both of them. I only tap the synchronize now, but I can tap um, refresh list, synchronize now. Okay. Um, Tap this to force an immediate sync with the MailCow server. After the sync completes in DevX 5, open the Fosly Calendar app. Your calendar should now show the most up-to-date information. Sure enough, mine does. You may wonder why this is, given that the calendar app literally has an option that says refresh CalDev calendars. That does not refresh your calendar. Welcome to the beautiful world of open source. I hope you'll stay a while. What we lack in functional UI, we make up for in not selling your data to bail bondsmen and bounty hunters. It's kind of worth it, kinda. Yeah, and I kind of like to keep my political leanings out of this, but I mean we're in a whole new kind of United States now that I think we really haven't been in before. So so this idea of owning your own data and having it private and protected, I think is more important now than it ever has been before. All right, so why does it work this way? When you tap refresh CalDev calendars, what you're actually doing is asking the calendar app to check if anything has changed in CalDev. You're not telling CalDev to contact your server to fetch new entries, which maybe, it's open source. Maybe I could fix that. Here's how it works. MailCow server to CalDev. MilkCow sends updates every 15 minutes. CalDev to Calendar app. The Calendar app pulls from CalDev. The Calendar app will not immediately refresh. I can close that. Unless you manually ask it to. And even when you do, it's just checking DavX 5 for updates. It doesn't ask DavX 5 to go and pull your Mailcow server. Remember that automatic syncs occur every 15 minutes by default? Always make sure you're adding events to the correct calendar, your Mailcow calendar, not a local one. If you're away from your home network, make sure your OpenVPN connection is active for the sync to work. But you don't have to do this if you're on your home network. If you experience any sync issues, check your internet connection and OpenVPN status. Then try a manual refresh in DevX 5, not the calendar or contacts app first. And I will say that you might be away from your home network even if you're at home. The way I have my home network set up is I have a wired local area network plugging into pfSense, which plugs into a port on my device that my service provider came with. But for wireless, I have that on. That's not a part of my local area network. So my phone isn't a part of my local area network, even though I'm at home. It's part of the local area network provided by the internet service provider. The one I set up custom does not have a wireless It does not have wireless on it, so I cannot hook my phone up to it unless I buy a wireless access point. All right, so to force an immediate sync from the server at any time, you can type refresh slash sync now within DavX app, or use a sync now option is if available. This is important. Refreshing in the Fossify calendar app we install will not refresh instantly. DavX grabs data from our home server. Calendar and contacts apps grab the data from DavX 5. When you tap refresh in your calendar app, what you are actually doing is grabbing the latest data from DavX 5 on your phone. If DavX 5 does not have new data, it doesn't matter if you just added a calendar event on your server and you tap refresh furiously in the calendar app 50 times. The Fossify calendar will still not see a new event until DavX 5 refreshes. Fossify does not have a way to trigger DavX 5 to refresh when you tap refresh in the Fossify calendar app. If you want to refresh to see updates immediately in the calendar app, you need to hit refresh slash sync in the DavX 5 app, then in the calendar. I call this open sourceism. These are the byproducts of 20 plus years of people thinking it's wrong for developers to get paid for their work. It's why Google and Apple win for all their flaws. They understand that developers want to be able to pay their rent and feed their family in exchange for working 10 hours a day to produce software people use. There is only so much a small band of enthusiasts can do in their spare time, given that they need to make money to live indoors and pay for food like the rest of us. If you want this to get better, show that you are willing to pay for software so people put time and effort into fixing all of this. By following these steps, you have now set up DavX 5 to securely connect to your Mailcow server and configured it to sync your data efficiently as it'll let you. Welcome to the world of self-managed open source servers. Cool. So now I have um, my own calendar apps outside of Google. Uh, so people are willing to pay for closed source software that gives them less freedom, but not willing to pay for open source software that gives them more freedom. So what people really want to pay for, it seems like, is access. They're not willing to pay for features or quality. If they can't access it, then they're willing to pay to access it. If they can access it, then they're not willing to pay to support it being continuing to be successful or to being accessible and to pay for it to become better over time. The main thing people are willing to pay for is access, it sounds like. Okay, so yeah, so next would be self-managed email with Milkow and Postmark. So I think this is a good time to stop because this is a major heading here. So we made it through a major section. So let's take that as a victory and end the video, and I'll see you in the next one.